Time now for our Life and Info segment, where we focus on information useful for your everyday life. Today, we're once again going to talk about the medical tourism industry here in South Korea, but this time we're going to focus on foreign patients coming here for traditional Korean medicine. Now, hundreds of thousands come here for medical treatment, and it turns out more and more foreign guests visit here for something different. I'm happy to say we have our Choi Si-young in the studio to talk more about it. So what exactly is Korean medicine, and how many foreign visitors are coming here to get this kind of treatment?
Well, Mark, Korean medicine is known mostly for acupuncture. That's where fine thin needles are inserted onto your specific pressure points of your body to stimulate blood flow, which is supposed to help your body get better. Now, out of roughly 400,000 visitors, about 22,000 people visited the Korean medicine last year. Now, the annual average increase of that number of foreign patients is the second highest, only after plastic surgery.
Well, it might surprise you somewhat, Si-young, but I actually go for acupuncture 2 or 3 times a week for relaxation purposes, and I have to say it does work. I do feel nice and calm afterwards, and it's very cheap too, especially if you have medical insurance here. It only costs like $7 or $8 US a time. But other people who come, they come for muscular pain and whatnot. So what kind of ailments can be cured through this kind of Korean medicine and acupuncture?
Well, at the moment, there's no official record that says which specialized departments within Korean medicine people seek out the most. But after careful reporting, I found that these days many patients come here to get their back pain treated, since Korean medicine offers non-surgical treatment for them. So the 2 things Korean medicine doctors do, acupuncture and chuna treatment. Now, chuna treatment may sound unfamiliar, but this is a traditional Korean way of correcting a patient's spine. It looks similar to physical therapy done by Western therapists, but is different in that Korean medicine doctors apply gentle pressure to specific points of the spine to restore the balance to the body's musculoskeletal system, the whole set of your bones. Using bare hands, the doctor performs a treatment on patients who lie down on a bed. It usually takes less than 30 minutes, and you rarely get serious bruises or hurt during the treatment. So, well enough talking, let's hear how the patient feels after their tuna session.
I'm totally satisfied. I regularly come to the hospital for the treatment, and every time I receive it, I feel better. The effect of the treatment is noticeable.
Yeah, it kind of looks like chiropractic, doesn't it? But a less painful version of it. I am rather adverse to having my neck pulled around quickly, so that looks right up my street. But looking at that interview, I'm kind of curious about how foreigners find out more about this Korean medicine treatment. What drives them to come here? Is it family or friends? And what makes them choose to get Korean medicine over more Western styles of medicine?
You're right, Mark. Mostly from friends and families, and some patients choose Korean medicine over Western because they are skeptical of their local hospitals. Now, let's take a listen to some doctors to see what this really means.
While higher awareness of Korean medicine does attract patients to South Korea, some patients don't trust some local hospitals because they recommend surgery right away. These people visit for Korean medicine, which offers non-surgical treatment.
In Mongolia, local doctors recommended surgery, and my family was worried. But I heard that Korean medicine offers ways to soothe the pain, so I came to receive the treatment here. Now I'm satisfied and thankful.
Well, that's definitely helpful to hear that, Si-young, but I still find perhaps some foreigners would feel kind of reluctant to go to one of these Korean medical centers here in Korea, given the language barrier that does exist. Because, you know, you're talking about sensitive medical ailments here. You want to make sure you're getting the exact treatment you should be getting. Is it a bit of a problem here? Do we need to worry too much if we don't speak Korean that well?
Well, if that's the case, no need to worry, because we actually have a Western doctor practicing Korean medicine now.
Okay.
Without further ado, let's just see what he has to say.
The language barrier is much more easy to be overcome, and I do understand the Western people way of thinking, so I can explain as they can understand. Not the Korean way, but let's call it an international way of explanation. So it's for them much more easier to understand what I mean. And then it's more easier to follow the treatment. So maybe that's a...
Well, that's interesting. I didn't realize there was a Western doctor out there who can do Korean medicine, acupuncture.
Me neither, yeah.
Oh, okay, well, it's good to know. And I'm sure you could check out what hospital he works at there. Si-young, always a pleasure. Thank you ever so much for coming in and sharing your report with us today.
Well, my pleasure. Thanks.